here's the top cloud initiatives for 2020. And you see the top one there is optimize existing use of cloud cost savings. A lot of times, and I'm sure many of you have experienced this, you know, you get a mandate that says, let's move everything to the cloud, or let's move to the cloud. So you start moving applications to the cloud, and then suddenly you get your first bill from your cloud provider, and it's double or triple what you thought it was because you didn't look at things like turning development machines off overnight when you're not using them, or during, whenever the developers aren't there, or network ingress and egress charges, loading data to and from the cloud, things of that nature. And oh my goodness, now you've spent a lot more money than you intended on the cloud. So you need to start optimizing that, look at that. Migrating more workloads to the cloud. Again, the more you can migrate, the more the potential for savings is. It's not always a real savings. You need to look at that and think about that closely and make sure that you understand what you're getting into. If your cloud provider charges extensively for network ingress, loading data into the cloud, and you have an IoT operation or some sort of operation where you're going to be loading a bunch of external data into your cloud environment, maybe that cloud or that cloud vendor is not the best thing for you, because you're going to be spending a lot of money on those network ingress or egress charges. Or maybe you've got some sizing issues and some things you need to worry about in terms of making sure that your virtual machines in the cloud are sized correctly, or they're elastic enough so they turn them off or turn them back on. A lot of the cloud vendors now are doing Lambda or so-called serverless architectures, so you really do only pay for what you use when you use it. But again, you have to watch those and make sure that's out there. Expanded use of containers. That's another technology that's up and coming. It's again part of really now almost built into all the cloud offerings. When you start doing that, you can use containers rather than full servers. Progressing to cloud first, making sure that all your things are in the cloud first. Although there's some corporations and some things you just never want to move to the cloud. At a conference last year, I spoke with the CTO of a very large medical center in New England, and he indicated to me, he said he did not think that electronic medical records, at least for his organization, would move to the cloud ever, at least during his tenure. They felt they were too critical and too sensitive to move off-premise into a cloud. Now, they had cloud at customer. They were an Oracle customer. They had cloud at customer for a lot of things, on-premise clouds, and they were most certainly doing those. But in terms of moving to a model hosted by someone else, he didn't think that was ever going to happen. So still some security there. And we see some other things further down the line. CI/CD, DevOps, expand the public clouds we use. Lots of concern about putting all your eggs in one basket, some of those things. And then expand the use of cloud MSP and so on. So lots of different things going on in the cloud and lots of different projects you might run into or get involved in.